Fallen Innocence. It's one of the 2 ballads we have on this current album. It's arranged with acoustic guitar pickings and some very melancholic lead melodies in the verse, and repeating later on also in our guitar solo part. And afterwards it's coming to a climax in the chorus parts with the whole metal arrangements here. But of course the song is mainly driven by Julia's very intensive vocal performance. The song is inspired by the story Feathertop, and I stayed closer to the original story here. It's about a scarecrow brought to life by a witch, and this scarecrow pretends to be a human, but he also feels like a real human. And the point is that when people in the society recognized this very scary truth, they refused him. So it's a very sad story, and so in general it's about all kind of refusal due to racial or personal reasons, and so it's about it's about people who stand outside of society. The Ring, our first single, which we released as a lyric video, and it's an up-tempo song based on these 16ths riffing on the guitar, and also containing some great orchestra elements. But the more interesting part to me, it's the pre-chorus part, which has this kind of oriental style in it, which comes from the sitar we used, and also in combination with the lead guitar melody here, before it comes to this glorious chorus lines. Yeah. And also this one is the song where we also have a guest musician appearing, the awesome Glenn Drover, former guitarist from Megadeth and Testament. Henning Basse was connecting us when we told Henning that we were looking for a guest musician performing a guitar solo on our album. So he presented this song, the demo version, to Glenn, and he was straight away he liked the song, so he was on board. And we were very happy to have him on this album and on his song, performing his great solo. Although, to be honest, after the production, I thought, well, we should have given him a song with a more intense and longer solo part to present his solo skills. But anyway, next time we will do it. This song is based, you might think this is coming from Tolkien's Lord of the Ring, but this is not true. It's also from Hawthorne, from his short story The Ancient Ring. The Antique Ring. He wrote this story 100 years before Tolkien, and it's also about a magical ring, of course, but it's not clear where this ring comes from. And this ring influences the people not only in a negative way, but also in a positive way. So you can see it more or less like an amplifier for the true character of each person. Another Day, a mid-tempo song which starts with an instrumental version of the chorus part. Afterwards, we're going into a straight heavy riffing of an orchestra part and the verse as well. And let's talk about the verses here. The second verse was never intended for me to sing. It was Julia's part as well as in the first verse. But it was kind of an improvisation during our vocal recording session together with Henning, and we found that it sounded very more interesting to have us both sing each chorus part. So that's how it works in studio recording sessions. But my favorite in this song is the C part, with this very straight head-banging riffing in the middle part, and I'm looking forward to play this live with you. This song is one of the 2 songs on the album which has no literary influences. It's about a person who's struggling with his life due to bad decisions he has made, or maybe also with bad luck, bad environment, and so on. And but because we're not doing doom metal, I gave it a positive twist, because in most times there is a way back into life, and so it is here in this song, because there is another day. The Beautiful, another up-tempo song. After a very fast-forward choir part, it's going into a very heavy riffing verse part where Julia and me alternate our vocal lines, and all leading into a very wonderful and shiny chorus part, driven by the double bass here. In the C part we have a change into a kind of death metal part, and also maybe a little surprise because Julia switches into a high soprano range. It might be a surprise to you to hear that, but I think it's a very nice feature for the whole song. The lyrics are inspired by Nathaniel Hawthorne's story The Artist of the Beautiful. It describes a sensitive artist misunderstood by society, and in our version it's in general about all type of artists creating their works. It could be not only music but also paintings, for example, or writings and so on. And I think in general, no matter what kind of art you create, or artists have the same ideas of their work and struggle sometimes with society. The Final Path. I cannot tell too much about this song because it's the most private and personal song I ever wrote, because it covers the death of my father 2 years ago. The day I wrote the music for the song, it worked very well. I did it very, very quickly on one afternoon, and not knowing that on the same time my father was on the way to a hospital where he deceased shortly after. And so it was very clear to me that this song has to become a dedication to my father, and also a mourning about his loss, which I tried to put into the lyrics.
Primal fears are beginning to take shape.
My Haunted Mind. To be honest, it was never planned to do a second ballad on the album. But then I had this inspiration of this very melancholic melody, and gave it Julia, and she performed it also so touching and wonderfully that I thought, okay, this could become a very glancing moment and highlight ending of the whole album, and so everything fitted together and that was the reason why we put it onto the album. And the lyrics are based on the story The Haunted Mind. A little bit confusing. It's about reflecting all the dark thoughts which you have when you lay awake at night. And but I didn't want to use it for a whole album title, because I thought the album title should cover all the songs from an album, and not just one certain, and not just highlight one certain song. And so I slightly changed it to Haunted Minds, because all of the songs they tell about broken souls, personal conflicts, people who are struggling in life and try to find the meaning of life. And so I thought that Haunted Minds would be a great name for it and for the whole album. Well, I hope you enjoyed this track by track video. I also hope you enjoyed the whole album. And maybe we'll see you one day live on stage. See you, stay healthy, stay safe. Cheers and goodbye.